What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, keeping you up to date on all the latest wrestling news, rumors, and reports. And we got some big breaking reports to cover today, as it looks like CM Punk is in talks to AEW about an in-ring return. Also, big reports in regards to Daniel Bryan, the latest news for Bray Wyatt. I got a bit of an AEW Games announcement to make, NXT upset about what happened on Monday, and more. So you guys know the deal, hit those notifications, and if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing to not miss any of our wrestling news roundup such as this, alongside our WWE 2K22 news and AEW Games coverage. And let's start off with the breaking news of CM Punk reportedly in talks with AEW about an in-ring return. This is coming from Sean Rossap of Fightful Select, and that is what makes it so important. Usually they don't put out these type of information unless they are 99.9% sure that is accurate. This could be the biggest story this year and probably the most reliable / rumor report that we have gotten about a CM Punk return. Point is, this one, when it comes to CM Punk, is worth the discussion and is not just for clickbait. So it looks like CM Punk could be headed back to wrestling in the near future. Fightful Select reported today that CM Punk has been in talks to make a return to pro wrestling as an in-ring performer. The reports indicate that they have been told AEW is the most likely landing point, but there is no confirmation of a contract officially being signed, a timetable, a set return date, or any creative plans just yet. They went on to specify on what exactly it's known. The only thing that is known is that CM Punk and a company official from AEW have had ongoing conversations about an in-ring return. Of course, nothing is ever fully confirmed until the deal is actually done. So this wasn't just a one-time conversation. It looks like they are continuing to talk about that return and trying to work out an agreement. Other companies have had interest in CM Punk coming in to work for them as fans have returned, but there has been no specific offers made towards him, at least that we know of yet. CM Punk nor AEW has yet to confirm the report, but there have been told in recent days that higher-ups in WWE believe that CM Punk is headed to AEW. So things have gotten to that point where even WWE believes that a CM Punk is gonna go to AEW, which in itself is very interesting. Maybe WWE offered him a deal already, but CM Punk didn't agree to it. CM Punk did indicate it in the past that if the money is right, he will return, even if it is to WWE. But the money and the creative plans needs to be right. He constantly been emphasizing that in interviews over the last 2 years. As we know, CM Punk hasn't wrestled since he departed from WWE in 2014. It's been openly talked about by both Punk and AEW executives in the past that there had been interest by AEW president Tony Khan about bringing in the former WWE champion a few years ago, but CM Punk felt like they never really made him an offer. He has been open about returning to pro wrestling if the right deal was offered to him. Maybe now AEW finally offer him that good deal. It should be noted that All Out does take place in Chicago, so that is a possible event where he could make his return, as it is his hometown. That event is going to be taking place in less than a month and a half on September 5th, 2021. This is obviously amazing news for AEW, bad news for WWE. And the craziest thing about all of this is that there's another top star right now that could also be headed to AEW, that being Daniel Bryan. This week, we got reports indicating that WWE does not have Daniel Bryan listed in the internal roster for the months to come. They don't even have merchandise planned out for him, more or less indicating and basically confirming to us that yes, Daniel Bryan is a free agent for the months to come, and a jump to AEW could be very possible. Could you imagine Daniel Bryan and CM Punk on AEW? Personally, I'm not a business businessman, but if I was Tony Khan, I would spend all my money on that, because that is gonna be big. That will be the biggest thing that they could do in the company history. Unless they get Brock Lesnar too, then that'll probably be on top. But CM Punk and Daniel Bryan, oh hell, is gonna break loose. We will see how things plays out over the next couple of months with both of these superstars. And if I was WWE, I will certainly be offering CM Punk a lot of money. I will also be trying to get Daniel Bryan back. So at the end of the day, it's gonna be which of these companies are gonna give these guys the most money, the better schedule, and everything in between to get these superstars. On to some other news. I got a bit of an announcement to make, and that is that I will be part of the AEW Elite General Manager Invitational Tournament. Shout out to AEW Games for the invitation. That championship looks amazing, and we're gonna try to win it. The video for that tournament is gonna be kicking off today on the AEW Games channel. It is a 16-person tournament, including some of the AEW talents like the Bunny, Excalibur, Evil Uno, Nyla Rose, Orange Cassidy, and more. I'm of course part of the 8 content creators side of things, and a lot of the boys are in it, like Brandon does everything, New Legacy Inc., Johnny, CM Pause, Tony Pizza Guy, and we even got Chris doing commentary. So it should be fun to see it played out. I hope you guys enjoy it. Back into the news side of things, there's been a lot of talk in regards to where is Bray Wyatt. We haven't seen him since WrestleMania 37, and things continue to not look good. But there is some latest update on it. PW Insider indicates that there is no timetable for his return to performing for the company. It was added that those in the company have remained quiet about Bray Wyatt's circumstances beyond the idea that he has been held off TV for a specific reason, which is still unknown aside from the fact that it is not a creative issue. So it's not that creative doesn't have anything for him, they actually do. There's just another reason up to why he has been off television. We're gonna have to wait and see on what exactly that reason is, but hopefully we do see him back. It is worth mentioning that Bray Wyatt was advertised for the Monday Night Raw shows in August, as early as the August 9 Monday Night Raw episode. However, it appears that based on this reports, Bray Wyatt could be kept off television past August. And last but not least, not really a surprise, but FIFO Select is indicating that there was a lot of frustration backstage at NXT over the decision to have Karrion Kross lose his first match on Monday Night Raw, and probably especially the way that it happened. I could only imagine how pissed off Triple H is, but he probably can't tell anything to the boss, cause then he will likely be in trouble. As I mentioned before, it was just an odd booking from WWE, probably one of the worst ones, cause they simply could have had Jeff Hardy and Karrion Kross compete in different matches, and both of them could have gotten a victory, or they could have simply given them a good match against each other, a nice competitive match to make both of them look good. We already talked about this, so let's make sure we don't rant on it anymore. Nonetheless, that is all the latest. If you guys enjoy all of our wrestling news coverage, all of the WWE 2K22 news, AEW and AEW games coverage, make sure that you guys have those notifications turned on, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I'll catch you guys on the next one, so stay savage.